Alright, what's going on, everybody? So Misfits 21 is this weekend, but before I get to all of that, once again, there is some drama between Leon Willis, Vidal Riley, and KSI and their teams. Now, this has been an ongoing thing for about a year or two now. During the Give vs. Slim build-up, Leon had some words for KSI because he was supporting Slim, obviously, in the build-up because he wanted the Misfits fighter to win. And they argued about teams and how spars went with KSI and Give back in the day. And overall, they've just disagreed with KSI's team with how they've managed his opponent selection, with how they've involved his activity, and who he should be fighting. But apparently they've had more to say because a new clip has come out, which I haven't seen yet. So I'm going to react to it with you. And we're going to see what they have to say about London Street Fighters this time. But real quick, before I get into the video, 97% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you like influencer boxing, pro boxing, or UFC content, I post 2 to 4 times a week on this channel at least. So make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Real and Will channel, by the way, because that's one of my favorite channels on YouTube. They are so funny together, Leon and Vidal. They crack me up. But apparently they had something to say about London Street Fighters, so let's hear them out.
JJ said that basically during his camp or during training, few fighters will inject his hands with anesthetics. Yeah. And that's diabolical, to be honest.
Diabolical.
It's diabolical.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing something like that, you're causing long-term damage.
Yeah.
There's a reason why if you punch something and then there's a signal from your nerve sending to your brain telling you to stop. So if you nullify that and you keep doing it, it's going to further the damage and cause long-term risk, maybe even arthritis later on.
The question is, why?
Why? But as you saw, see, if you watch our videos, you know we've been dropping gems, little bit, this, that,
here and there,
showing you the what can I say?
The
circusness.
Yeah.
Of that gym. Because you guys saw the S&C video and it was diabolical. Remember that S&C video?
Bro,
that was diabolical. You guys witnessed the coach telling JJ to get punched in the back of his head in the 6-round fight.
He
could have become a vegetable. He could have been in Lithuania and say kapustas. That means vegetable. Cabbage. That means cabbage. Kapustas.
This is
So it's like, since JJ came back, he hasn't had no worthy opponents except for Tommy.
Said that before.
That was it. Only Tommy. Street fighters ruining JJ's hand. The best thing to say is it's not only his hand they've ruined.
Yeah.
It's not only his hand.
That's the least thing. Yeah.
That's surface level.
That's
surface level. That's minor. But you know what? I believe everyone in their heart knows the truth.
Yeah, everyone knows
the truth. You say the truth or you don't, you know it. And I think they know what they've done. You know what you've done. You know what you've done. You really took it there.
You really took it there. He was dissing the sideman like the sideman's fault.
You're blaming the
sideman. You train him. You fly to other countries on a plane. On a plane.
Bro, Leon and Vidal's comparisons for things always cracks me up, bro. They are so funny, but let's go point by point here. First of all, the most important thing. The entire hand situation now. From what I've known, KSI hurt his hand against Tommy Fury. Then, obviously, he had to pull out of the 2 versus 1 dumbass fight between Anthony Taylor and Slim versus KSI, which was always a mistake. It shouldn't have been a fight in the first place, which ties into what I'm going to be talking about in a second, their other point. But them putting anesthetics in the hand just to postpone the process of fixing his hand is awful. It's awful. It's just like they're trying to milk him for his money now and then worry about the problem later. And, man, I know the rub the dirt in it thing, like, oh, just rub some dirt in it. That's supposed to be a joke and a metaphor. It's not supposed to be a real thing, and that seems like it's the actual mentality of that gym now. Like I said, he injured his hand in the Tommy Fury fight. Now we know about this entire him being sick for 3 weeks before the fight that he was supposed to have with Dylan Dennis. It is clear that his gym doesn't handle his health very well at all. Yes, they push him to his limit, and they're great cardio coaches, and they were great teaching him the Michael Venom Page style, but the way they are treating him as a fighter is not good. They need to let the hand heal, and it makes it sound like they were just trying to push and, they say kick the can down the road with his hand, and the anesthetics, I'm not a doctor or anything, but basically, it is killing the pain of the hand, so he's able to train through it, and just therefore making the damage of the hand worse and worse and worse down the line. Now, what it seems like is they're trying to rush out KSI's career. They don't want to have him sit out because of a hand injury and all that type of stuff. It seemed like there's a sense of urgency and rush to having him fight, which would explain a lot. It would explain him training while sick. It would explain his hands. And it would explain the opponent selection too. Before I get to the opponent selection thing, there was a middle point there that's pretty important too. I didn't know this, but if it's true, if the coaches were telling him to intentionally take back of the head shots versus Tommy, that is extremely irresponsible, exactly like Vidal and Leon said. He could have ended up being a cabbage vegetable because back of the head shots are very serious. And yes, Tommy Fury was going for the back of head more than he should in that fight. That's why he got a point taken away. And I even was saying at the time he should have got another one taken away because he kept doing it. But if if his corner was telling him to lean into the back of the head shots, that's just stupid. And it seems like they're taking ways for them to win by decision when I thought the game plan was to knock Tommy Fury out. But it seems like the corner wanted him to go to the scorecards because this is the thing. And with the opponent selection too, I know I keep referring to it, but I'm going to talk about it. I don't know how much they truly believe in KSI as a fighter. They obviously know and believe in him as a hard worker in the gym, and he's dedicated, but the opponent selection, the back of the head thing to win on the scorecards, taking cheap tactics, all that type of thing, the 2v1, those type of fights. Does that mean that they doubt him as a fighter? They shouldn't, because KSI has that natural ability. He has that natural power. He has that speed. And he has that chin. He has the durability. He has all the things to be the best influencer boxer. But if they want to take shortcuts on things and limit his ability, he's not going to reach his full potential. So I really disagree with how they're handling KSI. And I was trying to defend him for the longest time, but with these things in front of me, I'm starting to disagree, or I'm starting to agree that maybe KSI should go to a different gym. Now, what gym should he go to if that was the case? I don't know. Maybe he would go with Leon and Vidal. Maybe he could go with BJ Flores. Those are the best gyms. Maybe Coach Saul. One of those things. But I don't know. KSI is very stubborn. I love KSI, but he's going to support London Street Fighters until he feels like he has been done wrong by them. But who knows? Maybe he sees it for the most part, because my final point, the opponent selection now. Wayne Bridge. That was one of the worst announcements I've ever seen. In general, in life, announcements. I could not believe it. We were all thinking, oh, maybe Darren Till. Oh, maybe this. Maybe Amir Khan. Thinking that he was going to take a test like Amir Khan. And then Wayne Bridge. How it blows my mind that even his team would have been somewhat behind that. I know Wayne Bridge boxes. And on the bag work, he looked pretty good. And it looks like he takes boxing seriously. But nobody gave a fuck about that. He wasn't even a good soccer player. He was just known for, I'm sorry, but his wife cheated on him. The whole drama of that situation is one of the main things he's so public. And yes, they love their soccer players over there. Or football, whatever you want me to say. But he was not a big deal. Dylan Dennis. Yes, the fight was entertaining. The build-up, at least, would be entertaining. And to see Dylan Dennis get knocked out is pretty entertaining. But besides that, it's a shit fight. The Anthony Taylor and Slim 2v1. Why would you want your biggest star in Misfits to be involved with a gimmick fight in a gimmick main event, especially when the 2-on-1 with Fox and G literally fall apart? Most Wanted didn't make the walk. And then Evil Hero just quit in the ring. I don't know how they saw the gimmick of the 2-on-1. It was like, oh yeah, let's do that with KSI now. What? And I know that Slim and AT wouldn't have given up like most in Evil Hero, but still, it would have been such a gimmick. And it would have been embarrassing for Misfits. I don't understand why a gym like London Street Fighters that has so much pedigree would be like, oh yeah, 2v1, absolutely. Oh yeah, Wayne Bridge, absolutely. Oh yeah, Darren Till, or that would be a good fight. Or Dylan Dennis, absolutely. I don't understand. It's almost like, I know, I need a warm-up fight. I need a warm-up fight. I need a warm-up fight. To the point, you don't. You've been training for years. And yeah, you need to get the ring rust off, but I don't know, somebody like Slim, somebody like Salt Poppy, Gibb, I know they wouldn't do that fight, but That would be a warm-up fight. You facing Darren Till. You have the boxing experience on Darren Till. Yes, the size advantage. Negotiate 185 pounds. Negotiate a lower weight. At least try. Nate Diaz, I heard there's rumors about that. And Alcatraz, that's a good example for a fight. Jorge Masvidal, that's a good example for the fight. Not Wayne Bridge, Dylan Dennis, or a 2v1. Those are just bad decisions by the team. And that's the thing, KSI is so busy with all these different things. I'm sure he has a say, but for the most part, his team are making the call for these fights. And they've been bad. They've just been straight up awful. And of course, first things first, if the hand isn't healed, don't fight. Period. If the hand isn't fixed, don't fight until it is. There is no point in postponing a very bad injury, and instead of just getting rid of the bad injury and just getting it settled, because, man, I don't understand why they're trying to sabotage their fighter. And that's the thing, right? The Darren Till fight, a lot of people said, oh, KSI shouldn't take that fight. It's dangerous. The danger of it is what makes it interesting. They should believe in the fighter. I'm not saying that they're saying that he's not ready for Darren Till. I don't know if they have or not. I really hope not. They should have belief in KSI. They should be out there saying, oh yeah, KSI would beat Darren Till. That should be a good fight, because it is. Darren Till is one of the biggest deals in Misfits right now. And KSI is obviously the biggest deal in Misfits. Yeah, there's a weight difference, but Darren Till's game, he will go down to 185 pounds. He could even probably go down lower. He's fought lower in his UFC career. So I don't understand why they're like, oh, he's too big, we're not going to do that fight, when you're eyeing a Jake Paul fight where you're probably going to have to be 190 pounds. And you're not going to face Jake without a Darren Till fight. You're going to need to take something dangerous before doing something like Jake Paul. So what? London Street Fighter's idea, if it went their way, they would have went like this. Anthony Taylor and Slim versus KSI. Say he wins that, right? Then they would have wanted Wayne Bridge or Dylan Dennis. Let's say that. Dylan Dennis. So 2-on-1 Dylan Dennis. And true, they tried Masvidal and all that. Even if they did Masvidal. So what? A 2-on-1 with Slim and AT or Masvidal or Dylan Dennis is going to get you ready for Jake Paul? No, it isn't, dude. Someone like Darren Till, there isn't a lot of fights for him, so I understand why it's tough. I like the Nate Diaz fight, and I like the Darren Till fight. Those are the fights that get you ready for Jake Paul, not the ones that they were trying to do. I just don't understand their thought process. So, is London Street Fighters ruining KSI's influencer boxing, crossover boxing career? It seems like it's trending that way. If they're not going to be able to prioritize his hand health, if they're not going to be able to prioritize his opponent selection, where if he is going to get into the fire of a Jake Paul fight, even though he is way less active than Jake, he's going to have to take serious tests. If they keep trying to hand feed him opponents that he's obviously going to beat to get rid of the ring rust, if it's an easy fight, is it really ring rust lost? We need to really think about that. He needs to get tested before Jake. And why not 2 tests before Jake? Why not fights that can really entice the audiences where, hold on, maybe KSI can lose, like the Tommy Fury fight. We need fights like that as fans. They need fights like that as coaches. They should believe in KSI that they can beat a Tommy Fury, that they can beat a Darren Till. And in my opinion, it should be Darren Till, Tommy Fury rematch, Jake Paul. I think that's good. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys think the London Street Fighters is ruining KSI's career, or maybe everybody's getting a bit ahead of themselves and they'll be fine. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, man, I hope that London Street Fighters doesn't take this the wrong way. Hopefully they take the advice from Leon and Vidal. I hope they don't take the entire approach where they have more pedigree. We know what we're doing with our fighters. Don't tell us what to do. I hope they don't take it that way. I hope they really take a step back or two and really evaluate the situation and just say, maybe we are handling this the wrong way. So let me know if you guys agree with my takes down below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that. I'm still a small channel trying to grow it, so every single one is appreciated. 5 subs away from 200 subs. I'll try to do a live stream, but I've been seeing that it needs to be 1,000 subs before I can do that. We'll see. If you guys want to follow any of my socials, they're down in the description. So my TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all that. If you want to go support me on other platforms, please do. But thank you guys for listening to me yap like usual. God bless every single one of you. And peace out.
I'm a sin, huh? I'm a sin, huh? I'm a sin, huh? I'm a sin, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Lord, forgive me for what I'ma do. I can't even please her, I gotta go prove. I'm finna go see her, I'm making a move. Finna go deeper, she feeling the groove, huh? Yeah. Very funny, cause the boys that she picking are really astute. The bitches be basic, it really ain't news. People are soft and they finna get chewed. Worry about me and I steady improve. She low could be sleeping, I'm really that dude. Got this man geeking and give me a boost. Rubber, I'm tweaking, I'm rapping like Zeus. If he come pull up, he getting a two. Hope he don't funnel me, losing the two. Hope he don't rubble me, need a masseuse. Shout out to Jared, he finna get choose.